and a little bit of work to do on the MK2 Golf in this video. Absolutely filthy. They've just finished harvesting around here and it's just absolutely covered it in dust and cobwebs and spiders and all sorts. So I'm going to give it a really good deep clean today, and I bought a car cover to go over it. In the winter I'll move it down to the carport that I built. I think I might be able to pop a video in, so I'll pop it in here somewhere if I can, so you can go and have a look at that. And then during the winter I'll probably get and start pulling the engine out on this and replacing this engine. Hopefully find out what was wrong with it in the first place, why it dumped all the oil out of the exhaust. I think it's either piston rings or possibly the supercharger. Not really sure, I don't really have too much experience with superchargers, but yeah, I'm going to get this jacked up, get the wheels off, because all the bolts need a good polish on those, and give it a good wash. So, little time lapse. Two things I hate doing whilst working on cars is having to work on shingle and having to put cars on axle stands, and we just had to do both of those things at once. So that was great, but it's nice and sturdy. I've checked it, but I'll just give it the old, she's not going anywhere. So obligatory jump shots of taking the wheels off. So I'm going to split these over winter. I'll give them a good clean later, but here I need to sort out why these are all rusting up. I might be able to polish them back up with my polisher, bench polisher. Also, these are 8-inch square setup. There's an inch dish on here and then face mounted on the front. I really like the look and I love being able to run a chunky tyre, obviously. But I do miss having like the dish look. I just love the bigger dish. So idea is that I may look at ordering some bigger dishes for these if possible, and then just run like I think it'll be a 2-inch on the back and 1-inch on the front. Obviously I'd have to run skinnier tyres. We'll see. It is nice driving around and not having to worry about every little bump and cracking your rims or something like that. But I also think about getting these centers refurbed in like a matte gold, sort of satin gold bronze sort of color instead of the silver. I do really like the clean look of the silver, but it's something to think about over the winter. And also looking at these, and they're taking a bit of a battering. The paint, sorry, that light is terrible. Better. Yeah, they've taken a bit of a battering whilst on the roads, so I'll probably just put these on my bench grinder. I'll just get a wire wheel for it and just clean them right up. So I do like the black, but as you can see they're not wearing very well, and this is why that looks like that. Don't worry, we love farmers really. So typically, because I want to wash this, it's now like scorching hot. So it's gonna wait probably 2 hours and that shade should be there. So I can get and give it a good wash and not have to worry about all the water baking onto the paintwork. In the meantime, I've got to wash the S5 because I'm going to help my mate out at his car show tomorrow. down low auto show. Why do I want to keep saying download? Down low autos. Harry, that's a mouthful. So I'm gonna be covering the event, like photography wise, and I'll probably try and get some clips and things like that and put a video together of it. I'll probably put it in this video, or I might do a separate video depending on how long it is. So yeah, I'm gonna start giving this a little bit of a rinse down, because it's the daily and it doesn't matter if it gets warm marks.
Close all the curtains, stay on the phone. We are the monsters, holding you still.
So here we go then, off the down low autos. So I'm now about to nip to MK2 Spares at Bristol, and I'm just gonna go and pick up something that I don't need, but I've wanted for a while. And Matty posted up on his Instagram story yesterday that he'd got one in. It's a really good price. So I'm just gonna nip up there quickly. It's about just over an hour away. Pick up this bit for the MK2 and then come back and hopefully fit it over the weekend.
Look, through the valley, through the trees, darkness with the leaves, you might just hear her on the breeze, trying to call to me inside the raises from the sun. Time has just begun, when spring is born and war is won. Hold me downward, wishing well the flick upon well. In this field of tears of both for years, I guess I found her. Made the earth shake, quaking, raising up the birth rate. Yeah, that's the Blair Witch waiting for me on the midnight staircase. Bareface, caught up in the trance from their late. Forever waiting on my love, she got me in the red state. Bleeding red rose, lips to kiss me with the dead pose. To the witch, I see him running to the witch, disappearing to the mist. Look, lost some time, my soul's adrift. Look, I think she got me, shot me bleeding out upon street. With the witch there, laser beaming knives upon me. She burned my soul out, 100 times I tried to go light. Up in the low life on the cobblestone hat. Like the smoke rise, drift up underneath the black skies. Cold embrace of roam for days, we can't escape the cat's eyes. Up in the dark too, speak stories on the half moon. With the harpoon, 2 hands upon my heart, I can't move. Why you do me like that? Lock my soul away from pain, now all I do is just rap. Got me outside, but look at inside. Broken window panes, still a shame. Darkness trying to build a flame. Feeling straight, looking down, feel away. No wonder got my heart up.
So here we go, the parts I got from Matt at MK2 Spares. Definitely go and check him out if you've got a MK2 Golf and you need any parts. I'm sure he's got it, because it's just overwhelming when you go there. It's absolutely awesome. Anyway, so we've got the G60 arch to replace that one. It's broken at the front. So here we go, the parts. What was that? Here we go, the parts I didn't need, but you know, can't really turn down. Got a set of greenies, green tint Hapitch pop-out windows. So they will match my windows that I have in the front. you can see, tinted. There you go. So yeah, they are green tinted, so they will match that, which is awesome. I'm going to wait for now. I've ordered a set of Sharan rear motors, which will pop them out on a switch. I also just need to source some electric window switches for the Mark II and the loom, just so I can run it from the front to the back, so I don't have to keep jumping out when these are fitted, and open them up, stretch through the back here, because if you can do it on a switch, why not? So the other thing I bought was the OMP upper rear strut brace. Boom. So that'll just fit onto there. I think that'll look quite cool, just kind of like finishes off, you know, with the SWG Motorsport roll cage there, kind of gonna embrace the club sport kind of look. I'm gonna paint this before I fit it. So I've ordered a carbon skinning kit from Easy Composites, and over winter I'm just gonna have a go at carbon skinning, just a couple of little bits on the interior which I'd like to do initially, and possibly maybe have a go if I get any good at it. Carbon skin that OMP brace maybe. If not, I'll just paint it gloss black like I said. So I'd like to skin the interior wing mirror covers. Need those doing. Also the door pulls here and the door triggers. The Davies Motorsports window winders, I have an idea where I might not be able to run these and these. So basically I'll need to go to electric windows. So brings me on to engine conversion and getting this Golf back on the road. As some of you may or may not know, I have a spare 24 valve VR6 in my dad's workshop. Sat there for about 6 years. I think it had only done about 80,000 miles. Basically bought a Mark IV VR6 4 motion. The next day a van ploughed into the back of us and wrote it off. So I kept the engine since then, so I always wanted to put it in something. The idea was to put it in a Mark IV shell again, and then do a bit of a track car, but it would sort of be a terrible track car engine. They're slow, they're heavy, they sound great, but it just wouldn't have been ideal really. So my thinking is to remove the 2.8 VR6 out here, sell the supercharger kit, ADM meth kit, recoup a bit of money there, and then look at fitting the 24 valve VR6 into here. Running, I mean, I've still got all the engine management, ECU, keys, everything from my Mark IV. I need to do a little bit more research because I think there's things like the ABS, there's an ABS sensor or something which I might need to have mapped out, which would stop it going over 4,000 revs. You know, if you know about this, in the comments, drop a comment, tell me what you think. I mean, I will be going from, I think this was putting out 286 brake horsepower. As it is, it will be going down to 201, I think they are. But it'll hopefully be more reliable. It's a newer engine. I can take the gearbox and clutch off this, put it onto that 24 valve. I don't think there's too many more things I need to do mechanically to get it working. But other thing was, which it is going to be quite controversial, I would love to fit a Mark IV dash in here. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the Mark II dash. I just think it would look absolutely awesome to have the Mark IV dash in here and take it to like a proper show car level. So that means having the door card recesses done, and you know, do it all properly. So if I can get the Mark IV dash fitted in here, and then I'd need to recess the Mark II door cards, have it all done properly. But I think absolutely love, like I say, the Mark II dash. I think it's retro, it's cool. But where the Mark III clocks are fitted, you know, you've got gaps around here. I don't think you can ever, it looks great on camera, but in person you're kind of missing half of the dash down here. Just things like that. This bit's been cut out to fit obviously the Mark III steering column. So tell me, what do you think? Let me just show you. This So this is how it looks. Just a standard Mark II dash really, with the Mark III clocks in there.
So don't stop believing that we'll rise up to the system that we wise up until we standing strong again. Don't stop believing that we'll rise up to the system and we wise up until we standing strong again. Don't stop.
The window seals were just delivered for the Hapitch windows, but the Golf is finally washed. So yeah, let me know what you think. Would it be a good idea to swap the supercharger out here, sell that, and then put the 24 valve VR6 in? Like I say, I've still got a lot of research to do as to would I be able to run the dash, would I be able to run the OEM management. I know I'd have to get a couple of things taken off the ECU, etc, but wiring wise, I just need to have a really good research into it and see where we go from there. But for now, I'm going to chuck the car cover over on it and tuck it away for winter.
Standing strong, so don't stop.
So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry it was only a bit of a short one and didn't really do anything, but hopefully in the next one there'll be a bit more going on, and I'll let you know how I get on. Cheers, see you later.